everybody doing out there?
Well, I was telling you, he really never said, Luke, I am your father. Like, people think that. I don't know what folklore, how that got distorted.
That is one of the weird ones.
That's like that where you tell your friend a secret in his ear, and he tells the next guy, it comes back around to you.
Isn't that what they call that game?
Yeah, but Luke, I am your father never happened.
Never happened.
Yeah, so he just something similar.
He says, I am your father.
Is that what he says?
But I don't think he puts the Luke in there.
So, hey, it's good times. Anyway.
There's a funny thing that actually goes with that, and it's called if the myth becomes greater than the story, you print the myth, and that's how that goes. There was a real famous one for that is Paul Revere. Everybody knows Paul Revere is the guy who came and said the British are coming, the British are coming.
The British are coming. One by land, two by sea.
Right. Well, in actuality, Paul Revere rode for a couple of hours, whereas the main guy, his name is so long, and it's got this abstractly long name.
Benicio del Toro.
It's a really ridiculous name.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Sorry, I was flexing the golden pipes.
That's fair. Yeah. And the name is so long and forgettable is the problem. And he rode for days. He killed several horses while trying to make this journey to tell them that the British were coming. And he gets to the very end of his journey, and then, the other guy takes over and rides for a couple hours. And he is now famous for doing this ride, whereas the other guy did all this journey but doesn't get any credit because his name is so long.
Man.
I can't remember. I can't even pronounce the name. But yeah.
Don Quixote had that guy on his side, too. Just no credit,
I don't even know who. I know Don Quixote, but
I don't know the
books
guy. In the history of books.
Yeah.
That thing was long. So
his squire, whatever he was.
His dude, yeah. So anyway, today is a special podcast. I'm going to try to throw it out. We're going to try to name it Genesis or something like that. We can edit this as much as you want, but I would say Genesis will be a great name for this one. And on the way over here, I had therapy this morning. On the way over here, hold on, make sure everything's okay. On the way over here, I was driving through Ashland from my therapist office. Mm-hmm. It only takes me about 6 or 7 minutes to get here because my therapist is in Ashland too, and she wants to come on the pod too.
Awesome.
There is a wall painted, and it's purple. It's huge. It's beautiful. It's surrounded by art, mm-hmm. and it says "Create."
Yes.
And so when I drove by that today, I slowed down just a little bit. I recorded it. Mm-hmm. The person behind me is probably cussing me out. I don't know. I saw a finger. I thought they were just saying, "It's fine, man. Just take your time." So, but it said "Create," and sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. Yeah. And today I felt like I saw it. So I wanted to come over here, mix mm-hmm. it up a little bit, interview you a little bit, and see how we can create something special with the Podcast for Recovery.
I love it. I think it's awesome. I look really forward to this year because I think that so your story, our lens, is kind of a way to showcase what we're talking about, right? Like, I really love that. And each one will have different chapters down through it. So each different podcast that we can do here.
Each story, your lens.
Yep.
Each story's in that.
Will be its own generational creation, right?
I get it, yeah.
So and we can keep those going as long as the person would like to. And if they want to back out or not do the show anymore, they can always, cancel out. But I don't see why they would. They just want to keep going because it's awesome. I mean, once you get in the seat and you actually get back here, it's really fun. And I think it's awesome getting people's stories out there because some of these stories are amazing.
Well, maybe you'll have Genesis with everybody then.
I think it'd be awesome. Yeah.
So that's the skeleton.
Right.
So let's put some meat to it. So the first thing is my story.
Yeah.
So I can kind of tell you how we got here. Mm-hmm. That'll be one of the first episodes. I'll tell you how we got here, where we're going, and how we're going to get there.
I love
it. Another thing is I got some people coming in. I was also going to say at the end of the podcast, mm-hmm. we should have any small business out there or any business out there that wants to come in and advertise.
Absolutely.
We'll give you 5 minutes. Now, mm-hmm. we want you to support recovery,
mm-hmm.
be in recovery, even have a recovery business. But even if you're just a regular shop that supports recovery, come in here. Mm-hmm. We'll give you a free 5 minutes. We'll advertise, and then your people will see our people, and we'll all connect on social media.
I love it.
And for small businesses, we need that because mm-hmm. we're on this thing together.
I love it.
Yeah, so I'll try to bridge the gap between business owning, working in the business, and working on the business. And you can probably relate to that.
Absolutely. I think there's something that we were trying to build around this area, which was going to be called the Gathering Stone. And Gathering Stone was basically incorporating businesses that keep people not just honest with themselves to kind of change the dynamic of how you go out. Like finding wholesome places where you can actually have fun without having to worry about like relapsing or going back to bad behaviors that kind of lead you down those paths. So, for example, you've got garden roller rink, which is like a fun activity. You can bring your family and your kids, have a good time and not have to worry about it being a bad influence on your recovery, right? So like you have movie theaters, you've got different things like that are family adventures that aren't so changing the people, places, things, right? Which is like a huge part of recovery for anybody. If you have more choices to choose from, I feel like you'll make better choices. That's just where I am with that. But
you always have a choice. That's
you
for
always
sure.
have a choice, and that's what I think. If we do better getting people together to like make it an illustrated point that these are the family-based businesses, and it's just easy.
The
you can make them
resources.
Yeah, it makes it so much better. We have access to speak with this one woman who is I believe, I don't want to get this wrong, but she's the head director of the, what is it, going around Ashland, Kentucky. It's the Travel Kentucky. She does tourism. Yeah. So she's the head director of tourism for Kentucky. And I'm imagining that there's one of these in every state. So in the tri-state, there's probably one for Ohio and there's probably one for West Virginia. If we can find kind of corresponding lines that go together with those businesses, I think it'd work really well.
Yeah, I can do all that.
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, so like whenever I say if you support recovery, the reason I'm even asking you to come in and say about your business is because all of the people in Recovery Local will support your business.
100%.
And there are so many.
Yeah.
You have no idea. Yeah. Because we want to carry the vision, carry the message.
I agree. 100%.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. So I wanted to tell you, talked to you last from the top. All right. That's a joke. All right, outtake. Anyway, I talked to you last week about having an acoustic session. Well, I think I got a first artist.
Okay.
His name is Corduroy Brown. He's an up-and-coming signed artist from West Virginia. Just a real great guy.
Awesome.
And I thought we could call it drifting. So I thought just for my business, that podcast, it'll be the message of recovery. And I say it'll be kind of our tiny desk and our live in New York. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the little unplugged version. So we'll unplug it, have him sing a couple songs, and then maybe you and I will interview him a little bit and see where he is, where he wants to go, and how he's going to get there.
I love it.
And then see how we can support that effort, and then throw it out there to my viewers, your viewers, and his viewers, and we can all connect.
I think that's
Does
really
that
cool.
sound like a great thing? So ultimately, we're all here to support each other, and if he wants to come in and give us his time, I want to make it. But if we could make it to where artists want to come here because we spoil them, that's what I do at my work with my patients. Every single person who walks in, I cry with them if I have to. I hug them. I tell them I'm so proud of them for the amount of clean time they have. I ask them how their kids are. Like, it goes just beyond giving them a service, so with these artists coming in, let's make it a great experience for them too. So if we could have 20 or 30 people in here, maybe they can bring 10 or 15 and we can bring 2 or 3 people ourselves, and make it a nice, real intimate setting for our couples maybe, and just a real good vibe. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm with it. We have it's got potential for what we have here as far as how much space we have available.
Yeah. We can make 5 people. I don't care.
That's what I was about to say. We have enough chairs for probably, I'd say, a good 7, maybe 10 people tops.
I would say everybody will be standing up at this.
If you have people that are standing up, that'd be fine. I don't think that would be too much of an issue.
I say we put the chairs away, man. I say we put the chairs away, have hors d'oeuvres for them. I'll pay for it all.
Yeah.
I'll pay for the green room.
I think it'd be fun.
Because it's only $30 or $40 to make it look extravagant.
Yeah.
And maybe we know somebody who makes some desserts or something.
We might have a person that makes some killer desserts.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? Do you think we could create something special for a green room? Okay. And then maybe we can invite another recovery center, local business to send 1 or 2 people here, and we could just have it. But
I think
if we had a real nice intimate setting, just some good lighting, and we had just some great sound for them, and just make sure everything they need we supply.
Yeah.
So
we've got the whole works. I mean, we've got the lighting, we've got the stage for them to be able to play. I think that's the one good thing about being a photographer. You have all of the lighting and kit to basically make a nice stage for people to
why not
do
use
whatever.
It?
Yeah, it's
why not use it?
So it's great.
Yeah, so that's why I want to use your business to create advertisement and awareness for my business
100%.
through these other avenues of people, places, and things in the community.
Yeah.
So we can put them in the middle of us, and we can say Passage LLC and concordance with Tri-State blah, 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 and Tri-State Media or whatever, your our story, your lens. We can make sure we fit it all together in a professional, like, sentence that knows, like, who's producing it, who's directing it, who is doing all this, because this is where we're going to be a little bit more professional.
I love it.
I say with him, if we can get everything just right and just really impact the community, not with the sound, but with the sound, what he is saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we can really have a great voice out there, we can play clips of it. We can put the whole thing on YouTube. Then we can shorten those to YouTube clips. Then we can take those YouTube clips and put them on TikTok. And then we could just advertise over and over, and we could have a 16-year-old sharing that for likes.
So for right now,
I'm just talking about the business aspect and recovery.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So for right now, I've got the website done. So we have our own place to be able to add categories to it. So we can add our own little links to that. So I was thinking, like, the way that Tiny Desk, I've always loved them. I think that they're an amazing, like, that's your template
original.
right
It's
there.
awesome.
It's the most original thing I ever, and I love the way that they operate. They bring in some of the greatest artists, and it's just fun. It's a good time. There's parts of that I don't have the ability to do like they have. So there's a channel mixer. There's a couple of things that you need in order to do music, right? The last couple of days, I've had some interesting opportunities. So I went to go record for Kibo Cyrus, right? He was doing his own little get together over at the Legion, and I recorded for him over there. When I did that, I learned a few things about recording an event that is playing music. Okay, so, like, it's one thing to have a conversation, and I'm recording that. The sound and audio from that's going to be always clear, and it's always going to be good. When you're playing instruments, they have this weird way of doing a reverberation, which sound comes out and it's out in waves, right?
Yeah, right.
And it actually hits your equipment, and you can actually see the visible shake of the cameras when it's like a big monitor in front of it. So I've learned a few things on basically how to set up and how to record for that. And instead of trying to record the sound as it comes out of a monitor, there's a line in that you're supposed to do, which gives you quality sound that's actually coming from the instrument, not so much the actual monitor itself, right? And like, we can do all of this, but like I said, this is just, as far as the audio side, it's basically me doing this. So unless we have some access to somebody who knows better,
they're doing it unplugged. So maybe we
unplugged would be even better. That's fine.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
So that's totally we're not
fine.
doing sound.
Okay, so that's fine.
We're doing an acoustic, intimate lighting setting, just like it was like when Nirvana played live in New York.
Yeah.
They had center stage, and if you play the whole thing, man, they cut up with the crowd.
I do love it. Yeah,
and I think we can record the whole thing, go back and put snippets, and he can post it on his website, and he has thousands and thousands of viewers. But it's going to give him access to your viewers, my viewers.
100%. I think that's
and
awesome.
I think it's going to be original for him. He already said yes.
That's super
so he
cool.
said, let's do it.
I do have a weird. So
caveat.
yeah, only thing that's weird. I need to speak with somebody about this because when I post any of my videos for any of the other stuff that we've been doing, the podcast, when I go down to the city building or any of that stuff, I have no problems. The videos goes up, everything's live, everything's fun. When I do music, for some reason, I get these little. It's almost like a warning, like, "Hey, listen,
I see.
You might not have access or permission to this." Maybe there's a way I can contact somebody from YouTube and see if maybe I can talk to them about like the guideline policies that I'll need to follow for that in order to do a kind of a sort of like a tiny desk sort of thing.
It's easy, man. You can find anything on the internet. Don't worry about it.
I only worry about that because
you can get anything on AI right now. I'll tell you the exact answer. Don't worry about it.
That's one of the big ones that I had a problem with is just they gave me a copyright strike on one of our things, and I had not only did I have permission from the artist, we did an interview with the artist right there, right before he went on to go play. So it was kind of interesting that I would get a copyright strike for that, and I just thought that was funny. So these are some of the challenging hoops that we have to go through when you're doing this type of work, and I think doing a concert would be fantastic, especially if it's a little acoustic set. I think that would be great. Make it a standing room. That would be really cool. Making sure that nobody is kind of left out. You know, you give like a good space, good, hors d'oeuvres, things like that. Make, food, everything's taken care of. I think it'd be a really fun night. I mean, I do believe we have enough space to accommodate all of that. I think it'd be really cool. It's like a fancy party.
Yeah, well, if he comes in, hey, you've never worn a suit, right?
I've been wanting to for a while.
What if?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Here's the deal, too. You can wear shirt tucks. Like, it doesn't matter. It's going to be about the sound.
Party in the front, or no, that's business in the front, party in the back.
That's the mole. The mullet. Yeah, so
the mole.
With Corduroy Brown, I say, man, we just treat him real good, be real friendly, and just make sure we bring a great vibe with whoever we bring.
100%.
Our plus ones, cool. Even if it's just 6 or 7 people.
Yeah. He
can play because it's going to be kind of like Saturday Night Live too.
Yeah.
We're going to be like, ladies and gentlemen, Corduroy Brown.
I love it, man.
And have a few claps in the crowd, and we can even say this is presented by, be like 5 minutes, like, why don't we do this?
Yeah.
And then we'll interview Corduroy Brown, even sitting like this, and be like, have him a couple questions in your suit.
Yeah, and go
with
straight
some cards.
From this, straight to the recording. Yeah. I think that would be really awesome.
Yeah. So I would even put it on the back of the card, make it like it's a mistake, and be like, he's so awesome, put a little arrow or something. Yeah. But he is a great artist. I don't know if you've heard him. He has a couple songs. It's called Fourth Avenue, and it is fantastic. And you said, what's the one you said? I'm doing the best I can.
I'm doing the best I can. I like it.
Yeah, so those are two great. They're both on Apple Music. That's where I listen to them. And if he comes on, we have time for as many as he wants, really. But I would say if we do 3 to 5 songs, and then maybe talk to him a little halftime in there, and just see where he is in his life,
and then get
where his journey, how he got to Asheville, Kentucky that day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it takes,
really cool.
It looks like it's taken him 34 years or so. That's what he might be older or younger than that. I don't know. But just a great guy. Yeah. So then maybe we could build on that, get other artists to come in and be part of our drifting series.
Yeah.
And drifting is just chill, sit back, drift back into that chair, and just kick back and disconnect, and that's how you really connect.
I like it.
So that's kind of what's up there. And then my business, Passages LLC, is all about recovery. And it's not just a patient coming in to get services. Like I said, it's about their whole life.
Yeah.
Because what they did before recovery, whenever they were in active addiction, they kind of lost their way. And then after they get clean and sober, sometimes it's years later. So they kind of lost their way. Yeah. They've got away from even playing basketball in the backyard or fishing or whatever it is. So
the fun activities that are life. That's the problem that I see with a lot of people that gets them going into like addiction is the fact that boredom. You get depressed, you get stuck in a loop. You keep hanging out with knuckleheads that ain't got nothing better to do than drag you down with them. So you kind of get stuck. And I feel like, 100%, if you give somebody something good to do, I think they'll stop. I mean, most people don't want to be in that lifestyle anyway. And I feel like they're looking for a change or at least an excuse to stop whatever it is that they're doing. So
that's what I'm going to do, what I can do through your company
100%.
To help them.
I think that's amazing.
So one of the things I know is I watched their Nirvana Unplugged series a million times. It's my favorite. I have the record, the CD, the tape. I have it on my iPod Touch. I don't know. But I know I've listened to that a million times. What if that's the sound we make and it goes on forever? Because everything we put on here is staying on here forever. So for years to come, if we create one sound that goes on, maybe it's a clip for TikTok or something, and it'll benefit him, your business, my business, and all my businesses is just getting awareness out of sobriety stuff and recovery stuff. So that's what I was thinking is if we create a little concert, once a quarter or a couple times a month, it'll give somebody time to sit back for those 5 minutes,
for sure,
relax, drift off into a little atmosphere where they feel wherever they are, they can just sit down, unplug a little bit, and just listen to the sound. And that's what we do. That's what I think we can create there.
I think that's awesome.
Let's go out to the community and figure out who is for the vision, and then we'll put them in the chair, and then we'll find the next one while we're in the background. I'm just talking about from a business standpoint. I want to create the process.
Right.
So we'll have the great. We'll have it here for them. But the next great artist, like here in a minute, we could have a little get and we say, who can be the next great artist? Who wants to be part of the recovery vision? Is there an artist out there? And then I want to tell you about my son and your recovery. So at the end of this, maybe I could say, hey, man, I want to tell you about the day at 6:32 a.m. I looked at my phone and my son overdosed. Tune in next time. He's going to come with us next week. That's what I want to kind of create with my podcast with your voice.
Right.
So that's what I wanted to do this first one to kind of tell you where I am.
Yeah.
And with those people, I can tell you the exact people we can bring in. They're and I know them now. I've already reached out to them. I've been reaching out to them all week. I reached out to 100, and I got 4 or 5 yeses, and that's the way it's going to be.
That's the way you have to do
it.
But
when they come in, those yeses, we got to filter them to see what we make sure they fit our vision, our vibe, our message.
Yeah.
But no, I was just telling you, with my recovery story, it goes so deep. It goes to lawyers, police officers, but it also goes to small business owners who have been robbed, have been all kinds of stuff. And these music, just the genre of people we're working with, man, they want to be part of the solution. So you were exactly right in giving them something to do. And man, if we could get them to just sit down for a minute and just enjoy those vibes.
I think that in this town, not just this town, in every town going across America, there's amazing artists who need a place to spread their wings.
Exactly.
That's their thing, man. They really do need a place to just spread their wings. This gives them that option, and I love that this is a thing. When we had these chairs delivered today,
they're so nice.
Oh, they are so nice. We had the delivery guys was like, oh my God, I didn't even know this was back here. This is you guys make podcasts? They were so excited about that, and I thought that was interesting. We were like, yeah, we've been here for a couple months now.
I think one of the best things is they skip all the corporate stuff with you.
Yeah.
They go straight to the public.
Yeah.
And that is just perfect.
I think it's amazing because it puts the power back in the musician's hands.
It does.
Yeah.
And it gives the power to the people. They get to listen to what they want to without waiting for something to get released.
100%.
We can feed them what's on the forefront there.
Now, while we're talking about this, what's a good idea so recently I had a friend of mine tell me that, in order to make an impact, you got to make a living, okay? And that goes both ways. In order to, you're allowed to make a living while you make an impact, right? How do you think a business like this should operate for funding without selling out to the commercial entity that makes it crappy for the listener? You know what I mean? A lot of times, the radio was this amazing thing. It was for the people. It let the word get out there for people. And then somehow it became brought to you by, and you get these crazy commercials that just go on forever, and you're like, man, just play the damn song. Like, that's all I want is the song. Like,
well, those people are looking for sponsorships.
Right.
I think that's kind of the mind frame you're at.
Right.
You got to be looking for partnerships.
Mm-hmm.
That is where you generate a bigger voice.
Yeah.
And if you get that reach out there, that's where you get access to the people who don't know you exist.
So,
you can Instagram every single person when you're not doing anything, all of them, every small business.
Yeah.
You can message your old friends, tell them everybody, hey, come on, here's 5 minutes. We have a great voice. We have thousands of people, and you can just pump up yours really, so they know you exist. And we can even have AI make sure we don't miss any points.
Yeah, there's some really good spots that I think work well with businesses. So you have pooling resources, right? So a long time ago, I had this idea that, this just something that back in the day, I always said, if you had 10 friends, each person puts down $1,000, you got $10,000 to work together and build something cool, right? And you could do that multiple times with as many people as you wanted to do. I think the same thing applies for something like this. If we wanted to get the word out for somebody, right? We're going to be doing a lot of documentaries and a lot of different series coming up here soon. We got the go ahead for Leanne and her family, which is amazing. I'm so excited to do that story. Getting the word out, distribution, things like that. These are partnerships that you really need to get into before you get into like documentary series type stuff.
Yeah.
If we're making music, I think that there's a delivery process that we need to do and that we need to go through to make it perfect I want the guest to come on here and feel that their message is getting spread so far, so wide that they're just like, oh my gosh, like you're competing with the big dogs. You know what I mean? And that's important. And I think that we have that opportunity here. It's just we need to start building those bridges. So you're right on getting the message out. Instagram.
I'll challenge you for $100. Like, I think I can DM more people than you can just in the next 7 days.
Not possible.
So I know we were both kind of computer guys back in the day, but why don't we do that just as a challenge?
Deal. And then the winner, $100?
There's no loser, but I will give you $100 if you DM more people.
It'll go to charity, but I'm 100% with you on that. That is that's a cool challenge, and challenge accepted.
So just about our story.
So we need the message first. So the message before we start to DM people, what is the message that we're going to be sending out about Corduroy Brown, right?
About Corduroy Brown, be like, hey, we got this new artist coming into town. We're playing acoustic. Check us out. Yeah. And then maybe after that, if you want to stop by, we can give you 5 minutes for free, and we can just get your message out. We can get our message out. We can get Corduroy Brown's message out. And here's the caveat. Yeah. There's no catches. The only catch is you got to come to Ashland.
Yeah. What day do we want to do that and set that up for?
We can figure out the deets later. Like, seriously, we can figure out all the deets, no problem at all. Even if we want to, we can set up one day where all the businesses come. Yeah. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, and we clip those on the end of the other podcast.
So I was thinking about like a business meet and greet. So maybe we could do something like host a simple charcuterie meeting where we do like meats and cheeses and just have people come around and just
you can do that if your place is a hosting place,
right?
But this is a podcast place, remember that.
No, I mean, like, anywhere we can get like people together at a different
I'm talking about what we can do right here, right? For my podcast, I want to stay right here. I just want to stay right here with people over and over and over and over and over.
It's not that I'm saying when you want to get the reach out, right? So, like, right this second, we're at about 250,000 people. Okay, so that's why I was laughing whenever I said, you can email as many people as you want. I can make one video and 250,000 people see that video instantly. So reach is not a problem with what I have. What I have a problem with is commitment, getting people to move with their feet. And that's what I've been trying to say for weeks now, is that when you get people to attach to a plan, what drives them to actually do the motivation part, to do the actual deed. Like if I say, hey, listen, we're going to have this party on, you know, blah, 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 this day, and it's going to be amazing. We've got this many people. This is what's going on. Come down. Getting people motivated to actually do the thing, which is like, you know, a call to action. Like, this is the call to action. Please come do this thing.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as it sounds. It's so hard.
It's listen to me. You're shooting a bow and arrow without a target with that. With me, I want to shoot it with a target. Yeah. My target is recovery.
Right.
So my story, your lens, I want you to like just make sure
you're right. 100%
everything that is like with the acoustic thing with my series, it's going to be recovery. We'll talk to them about recovery. They'll play, talking about recovery.
100%.
Then we'll interview right here. If we want to rent, I have access to other buildings, other places. That is no problem. I don't have access to a podcast.
Right. So we have this. We can do mobile setup. We can literally do this this podcast mobilely. We can set up and go anywhere we need to go.
I do want you to come to my office and interview some of my patients that agree.
Love that.
That's going to be part of my podcast with you. It's going to be, I have 400 families that are impacted by this directly, and they all want to tell their story.
And another cool thing that we can do here, which we've not done yet, and I'm really excited to do this, is we have the ability to do phone interviews as well.
Nice.
So that's a really cool avenue that we haven't done yet. So not just kind of a Zoom meeting, but we can have the guest on the screen.
They almost look real if they're that big.
While we're having and while we're having a conversation with them right here. So I think that's a really big
that'll help us with the reach. That's awesome.
Massive.
Because that'll eliminate excuses for can't get
they're
here.
Like, oh, I'm not in your town or I'm not in your city.
That's what we could utilize for the businesses too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And I think that would be really amazing if we could go around and say, hey, listen, we'd like to set up a virtual meeting with you on this day, such and such. Would you be available for this or this? And then
maybe we can make it part of our DM challenge.
Yeah.
Like, see if we can get some virtual.
I think that's amazing.
They can give us a virtual tour. They can give us we can just maybe give a little quick interview, like what is your cause?
Yeah.
What products or services you offer?
I was going to say, even Microbite, we could even take Microbite to the actual businesses themselves and set up right there and say, hey, look, there's no excuse to even say that you don't have the gear to do a virtual thing. We'll send out a crew member right now to get it there. It's set up. All you got to do is hit record, and it's coming back. Signals here, and we're like, oh, there you go.
With the MBZ?
We're live, yeah.
MBZ Microbite?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so you got so you have all the tools. That's exactly what I need for the recovery, because with the recovery voice, they're so connected online now.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think they're disconnected from the public, like that new wave of communication there, the younger people, like they think our older generation thinks they're disconnected, but they're connected. Just
they're more on the pulse
different
than
connection.
they've ever been. Yeah,
they're online.
Yep.
But we're different connected.
Right.
We're people connected. I mean, we were on the era of just going into the electronics. But
I was about to say we were on the cusp. I mean,
like I'm older than Google.
So there's a good thing and a bad thing. We were on the cusp of it, and we remember what some of those rooms were like when you got into like Halo 3. Those lobbies were fierce. And if you didn't know how to stand up for yourself, listen. Those lobbies
I have never heard the N-word so many times, bro.
They got so
I mean, there's 12-year-old kids in there saying that.
Instantly. So, yeah, it can get toxic and get really bad really quick.
I always turn the speaker, I put it on the headset and put it down, because it was ruthless.
It was ruthless back then, man. You know, any kind of word that they could say, they were going to say it. So
yeah, Halo 3 was a monster.
It was a monster.
You had to fight 2 battles. Yeah,
that was it. Psychological battle of just, oh my God, I'm scarred now. I just had to go through that lobby.
But before that, you had to go to somebody's house to do that and talk to them right beside you.
Exactly.
And,
so
that's pretty cool.
So that was a big deal back then.
Well,
and
I think we can bridge our communication gap with them with the way we talk, and
100%.
Just we know a little bit about the electronic world and stuff, so we can bring them on here.
And I love that part. And I think with your reach, with what you do, I don't think that there's any business, and I'm being honest and genuine on this, I don't think there's any business right now to date that is tackling a harder problem than what you're doing. And I think that that's impressive. And honestly, I think any way that we can impact that and help, I'm 100%. You make the rules, and I got you any way I can. I think that's amazing.
Hey, well, I tell you, with the problem, even plumbing is the hard problem. Let me tell you what's harder than that: plumbing and being dope sick.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do, is help that plumber.
Yeah.
We're trying to help that teacher. We're trying to help that person, that mom.
It's already a shitty job.
Yeah. Well, we're trying. Oh yeah, that. Well, we're trying to help that mom and that sister and even that college student.
100%.
We're trying to help all those people. So it's for real. Like it's really everybody is in the way of the arrow.
In your field that you have right now, is there a lot of like schooling opportunities, like for the big college campuses that have courses that are teaching like how to do recovery and things like that? Have you found any big pitches that way? Like,
most of the recovery classes are at recovery programs.
That's what I was thinking.
And they become peer recovery support specialists.
Right.
And
that's
and
awesome.
they're great.
That's what Greenup County offers.
Yeah. So that's what they offer in Cabell County too, and it comes around once or twice a year, and it's a real good training. It's like a 40-hour training.
Would you be available to maybe even host a class like that? To maybe even have something like that through your program that
Honestly,
you have?
You can call me Randy Moss, baby. I'm always
I love
open.
it. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that's just a really cool thing.
No, for the message, for the voice, I will curtail my schedule to make sure we do, because like being a business owner, I have to go above and beyond
100%,
sometimes.
100%.
If we can get somebody like Corduroy Brown, who has 1 million followers,
right,
to sing a song here with just his voice, and then we put these two together, what could happen?
That's
you know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's when people want your viewers, so they want to pay you to advertise their product or service.
100%.
And then that's what I am just wanting to make your reach better for that.
That's awesome.
And then what that's going to do is get the reach better for recovery, and then we'll be able to get more people off the streets.
That is what I like to hear.
And onto the right path.
I think that's
so
awesome.
that's kind of the whole concept behind the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And just gonna be short and sweet, like my midget ex-wife. Sorry about that. Sorry, little people. So sorry. Yeah. So she was a lovable. Listen, it's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway,
that's great. All right. In the long run, what are we doing for the short term? Actually, not in the long run. In the short term, what would the first steps you'd like to do?
The first steps is, maybe it might be off air, us texting back and forth, some brainstorming, or designing what we need to do to make Corduroy Brown's experience a great one.
A great one.
And then how do we make the public have a great experience with Corduroy Brown?
Okay.
And then a lot of times the only ship that sinks is a partnership if you don't communicate well.
That's true. So
the whole time I'm going to be open and honest with you, and make sure if we have different ideas, that is completely okay, because we're looking from two different scopes. You're looking from the lens, I'm looking from the story, and like sometimes I don't see the lens because I'm worried about the story. Just like we just have to slow down, have some conversations, and see what's happening.
So I'm with you 100%. I think that it needs to be the guests. It's the guest experience that matters the most to me, right? When Corduroy Brown gets here, making him the most comfortable place that he can have a great time and be happy that he did this show. When he leaves, like, oh my God, I just put on the best show
You
ever.
want him to feel empowered,
That's
man.
exactly right.
Want him to feel welcomed.
Whatever you want to come up with that we can facilitate here, I'm 100% down.
Well, it's always down to the environment.
Yeah.
So if we can create a relaxing environment to where he walks through that door, he's like,
this
is
awesome.
man, look at this place.
Yeah, I love
For
it.
me,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we have just a great space for him to play, just great sound, and just a couple people just really involved.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to check out Corduroy Brown, if you like his music, maybe we can have 2 or 3 listeners come on.
Yeah.
If you want to shoot us a message, and then I would love to have him. But Corduroy Brown is he's just he was my second most listened to song this year on Apple Music.
Yeah.
So
guys, that's your call to action today, and this is what we're going to put this out here because this keeps happening. I want people to move with their feet. Corduroy Brown, you can look him up, Spotify. He's got one of these. He's got a couple of songs that are just fantastic that I've heard. I'm doing the best I can. That was man, listen, that song was, that was fire.
It's like Southern rock.
It is,
Yeah.
and I'm a fan of it. You don't understand. Like, I've been through this kick lately of just bluesy Southern rock. Is just,
Man, he's got
I'm
a
loving
great
it, man.
sound.
It is,
Yeah.
it is fantastic.
It's not like anything
So,
out there right now.
I'm really liking it. So I look
Yeah.
forward to hearing him play live. I think
Then
it'd be awesome.
he has a song called Fourth Avenue, and I own a business on Fourth Avenue in
Which
Huntington.
is, that's
The odds of
reason.
that?
Okay, that's fair.
The odds of that are pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
I messaged him and said that one time. I'm like, bro, I own a business on Fourth Avenue.
Right.
He was like, do tell. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, the odds of that. So I've been in contact with him a little bit just because of that song. I have a business on that. I connected with him back and forth. And then one of his cousins I've talked to on Facebook, she's from South Point for years. And she said, how do you know my cousin? I'm like, what? And so it realized. So I mentioned her name, and then he kind of connected her or whatever. And then, so if he comes on, we'll make sure he has a great experience. And listen, we got to step outside the box because I'm not so much of an experiencer expert. So I might have to have some help in the accommodation, factor, like for real, because I'll overdo. I'll just buy a bunch of stuff and leave it on the table.
100%.
I don't know.
We can do this right way without having to.
But if you guys want to
blow out the budget,
if you want to wear a suit, we'll try to figure out if we can wear the same one.
I'm wanting to go over to Don's Men's Shop. Isn't that what it was called? Don's Men's Shop, and it's right here in Ashland. I'm wanting to go over there and talk to him. It's a staple of our community. It has been here for forever. I've been wanting to go over there. So I think after we get done with this, we might just roll up there.
What if we interview the guys in top hats or just like all decked out, and that'll be our thing.
Putting on the Ritz, man. I'm loving it. That would be
a little
amazing.
ebony and ivory.
I could definitely get down behind that.
That'll be awesome. They walk in, we're just like, howdy. They're just like, dude, sorry, we're professional. That's the way we do things.
That is it.
Now enjoy the setting. And you have candles in here. They're looking around like, man, this is good. Be like, hey, take 20 minutes if you want to get yourself ready. Here's your little powder room. Yeah. We can even use that room, whatever, and we can really, just because of the message, this is no joke. The people that come to my program will do it all for free. It's not for free. It's for the message.
It's for the message.
It's for the recovery.
It's a cause, right? And
It's just 100%. The vision doesn't stop, and it's sometimes it's your plumber, and I could call him right now, and he would fix this just because you have a voice for recovery. Yeah. And that's what people do. So anybody who does come on here is going to get such great support from the recovery community, and I know that a voice like Corduroy Brown, if he gets your podcast people, if he gets my recovery community, and he puts all that together with his voice and his YouTube people, all three of us could really benefit from that as kind of small businesses.
100%.
Really good for the community too. Yeah. So, okay, so that's about all the time I have today. So I'm gonna have to get. It's noon. I got to get up to work and do the DMV thing today. So
go save some people.
That's it, man. I'm trying. All right. Stay tuned. We are going to create an acoustic series. It's kind of like Tiny Desk, but our own little version, because I don't know if we can afford a desk yet. But what we're going to do, we're going to have an acoustic set with Corduroy Brown. We're going to be calling it the Drifting Series. And it's created by Passages LLC and produced by Tri-State Media, and they're doing their Our Lens, Your Voice series. So, and it's all about recovery. Every single thing we do is about helping somebody find the middle, or helping somebody that's on drugs or has a mental health problem they need to address. So if you need help with that, immediate action, 681-684-SAFE. That's 681-684-7233. That's to me. My name's Josh Parker. I'm the owner of Passages LLC. We can help you with detox. We can help you with everything, and it's all outpatient. You don't have to stay anywhere. We can help you with MAT. We can help you with anything. And with us, we meet you exactly where you are. Exactly where you are. No judgment, no whatever. We have all kinds of professionals in our programs. No judgment at all. It's a discreet place. Looks like a regular doctor's office. You're in and out, no problem at all. And we can get you in within 24 hours. So again, that's 681-684-SAFE. And tune in. It's going to be a week or two, and Tri-State Media and we're going to produce something really special. We're going to create something special for the community and the Voice of Recovery. So stay tuned.
Awesome.
How did that go?
Perfect.
Just this
That was
freestyling.
perfect.
Okay, man.
You nailed that.
Okay, man.
So, yep, that is the best way to do it, man. So,
Okay, perfect. I was trying to incorporate everybody and everything. Just we'll have to figure out sponsor,
perfect.
produced, and keep everybody's name because if we keep saying it, I'm going to make sure we say all the names. I'm just going to kind of do the little things to get us out there. I think all three of us, we could really get a big voice. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.